A new push for an aggressive investment inflow to boost Lagos State's economic growth was led by Governor Babajide Sanwoolu at a pre-summit investor roundtable held in the state. Sanwoolu and his team in the State Executive Council reeled out new investment focus and areas of opportunities before potential investors at the third edition of Africa Social Impact Summit, ASIS 3.0, organized by Sterling One Foundation in collaboration with the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment. The event, with the theme Invest Lagos, Investment Opportunities, held at Eco Hotels and Suites in Victoria Island, with business leaders, multilateral chambers of commerce, financial services executives, and captains of industry in attendance. Governor Sanwoolu, in his speech, said his government had been proactive in implementing business-friendly regulations and constantly reviewing ease of doing business policies to lessen challenges associated with new business registration and obtaining permits. He said the digitization of services had eliminated bureaucratic bottlenecks while enhancing stability in the business environment.
Audacious, 30-year development plan, which was something we conceived in 2022, post-COVID, and we said to ourselves that, never again must we be able to sit back and let this kind of, global shocks happen in our environment. And we said we're going to come up, with a plan that will certainly will outlive us. We will certainly not be in government in 2052, but we said we're going to be audacious. Let's set up a plan that will be nimble and will be a plan that is flexible enough that other governments and other leaders can come and retweak, remove whatever it thinks that we have not thought of through in 2035 or in 2040, but also add on and work with. Part of the things that Lagos, will certainly be by 2052 is that Lagos will become one of the human capital center of the world. With the population that we see, we will become, thank you very much, we'll become a provider of skills that will be needed all around the world, be it in Africa, in other parts of the world. And we need to begin to provide, structures, for that to happen. We need to begin to provide policies and programs, for that to happen. And one of the things I will say to you very clearly is that, for example, we're increasing the number of tertiary institutions that we have that are providing for the work of the future. From one that we met, we have 3 now, and we're actually also providing before the end of the year to have another university. We realize that knowledge, skills, information is critical for that future of work, for that global, play that you must be able to play. Let Lagos, take a critical role. We also said that infrastructure is important. Infrastructure, like I said, human capital is infrastructure, which is soft, but we also realize that we need hard infrastructure for you to be resilient, for you to be competitive, for you to have a place. If they say that your population will be so numbers, and you will be that environment. So, third one. So what we're saying is for you, the private sector, use our model. We have all of the very detailed investment study that we've done. Use our model to ask us, to work with us, and we can make, an investment environment a lot, easier on you. There's a lot more, profitable corridors that are still in the basket for investments to happen. And even the ones that were built, we're saying that we also want to concession them. We don't want to remain in business as being the one running it. A private sector person can come and take over the blue line, can come and take over, the red line and run it profitably, and we just stay by side and we just watch. Those are the kind of investments, that we're talking about. And finally, even on the road infrastructure, the lady forgot to mention that towards the end of the year or first quarter next year, we'll be seeing over almost 2,000 new high-capacity buses that we're bringing in again on a PPP model. And so these new buses are reflective of the energy transition. They will all be either CNG or electric vehicle, buses. So that will also reduce, the fuel emission and the greenhouse emission that we all talk about that we don't want. And so it will probably just make us a bit more, climate change compliant city, given our size and our population.
Governor Sanwoolu highlighted areas of opportunities to invest, including transportation, tourism, health insurance, and waterways, noting that the state government remained committed to pushing forward its ambitious development plans for the listed sectors.
Decongest, the city, the Ojota link bridge that we're doing, from Odoyalaro all the way towards Okpebi, we believe, will enhance and improve, public transportation and mobility right around the city. There's another one, in Ifako Ajayi, which we called, Abiola Onigemo Road and Bridge. This is not for the islanders alone. We need to be able to touch all of our citizens around the city. There's another one in Obafemi Dada in the Limosho area. These are massive, massive road infrastructure that we're building with bridges, with connectivity, and they are connecting 3-4 local governments together. It's all in a bid to reduce congestion and to reduce travel time, within the city. And these are some of the things that we believe will enhance, those investments that we're asking for and those additional conversation that we see. Agric, I think the job is cut out. We are very serious about food security. The hub that we're building is not only the first in sub-Saharan Africa. In fact, it's a model that the nation is also trying to copy. And you can see those pictures that you see are real pictures. About 5-6 of the verticals are out already. And we want to be able to not just, secure the city, also feed our citizens. And food, like any other form of security, is also a security form. And so we want to be able to, use our food security initiative to be able to ensure that, cost of food, which everybody's complaining about now, government can bring them down considerably once we're able to remove incident of middlemen, cost of, perishable goods, cost of transportation, which are the major reasons, which are the major causes of hype in food prices. So once we're able to work with our other states that are in the food basket region, Niger State, Kwara State, Nasarawa State, Kebbi State, and we can offtake a large amount. What it means is that there's guaranteed supply from the producer side, and we are the user on the consumer side. So we can negotiate a lot more, knowing fully well that they have a play out and they have a payout and they know where it's coming from. A livable city that all of us, wherever we are, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren will be proud that during our time we lay the foundation of these things. Everybody wants to go to Harvard. Everybody wants to go to Mayo Clinic in Rochester. These are things that people laid 70, 80, 100 years ago. That's why impact is important, but that's also why we need to be able to invest, into the future. You might not be able to realize all of the stakeholder profits today, but it's those investments, it's those commitments that builds nation, that builds cities, that builds the future that we're all craving, to be part of.
Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Folashade Ambrose Medebem, said Lagos, as the nation's commercial nerve center, had been a beacon of economic activity driven by commitment to fostering conducive environment for business and investment.
Strengthen existing investments, partnerships, but also initiate new ones. Lagos State has firmly established itself as Nigeria's economic epicenter and a leading hub of innovation in Africa. Our economy is vibrant and diverse, driven by sectors such as technology, entertainment, finance, and manufacturing. With over 500 startups, Lagos attracts more than half of Nigeria's startup investments. The proposed Lagos Innovation Bill aims to further enhance this ecosystem by providing a comprehensive framework that supports research institutions, offers tax incentives, and fosters collaboration between startups and large corporations. Despite the macroeconomic challenges we're all facing, like currency fluctuations, inflation, and economic headwinds, Lagos has demonstrated remarkable resilience. The state government remains committed to infrastructure development and economic stability. significant investments in water and rail transportation, such as the Blue and Red lines and the Lagos State Waterways LASWA ferries, have improved citizens' connectivity. It's reduced logistic costs, enhanced productivity, reduced CO2 emissions, and economic activities. Lagos State is also at the forefront of promoting sustainable development and social inclusion.
Managing Director of Sterling Bank, Mr. Abubakar Suleiman, said economic growth in Africa suffered setbacks because of unstable economic policies, and that the objective of the summit meeting was to build confidence of investors in the local markets and create a business environment that would enhance trust.
They bring together the people that matter, and they talk to them and they listen to them. And so we are here, hopefully, as co-convener with Lagos State on a long-term basis. And of course, what we want from here is that we end up with collaboration. Because no matter how powerful the government is, until it carries the people along, it will always suboptimize its own capacities. So we hope that we continue to collaborate. And finally, Mr. Governor, I believe that Lagos' secret, the secret sauce for Lagos State has been consistency. There's nothing secret about that. I think this is the one state that for over 20 years has been consistent in what it says and what it does. So thank you very much, Mr. Governor. And like the summit itself says, it didn't say come and talk, it says invest in Lagos. So let's invest in Lagos.
Lagos remains the leading destination for investors because of the state's strategic roadmap for its economic growth, as the state continues to provide clarity in creating access to markets for investors while also maintaining consistency in communicating its investment decisions. Students of various tertiary institutions in Lagos State have distanced themselves from the planned national protest by some Nigerians tagged "Harsh End Bad Governance in Nigeria," scheduled for August 1 to 10, to draw the attention of President Bola Tinubu's administration to the plight of Nigerians, hunger and rising cost of living in the country. The students, under the aegis of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, in Lagos, said rather than joining the planned national protest, they would embark on a solidarity walk on the said dates to support and encourage the government of Governor Babajide Sanwoolu, who they said has been of great support to them.
As a demonstration of our support to the Lagos State government and our commitment to peace and stability, we announced our intention to aid a solidarity walk in support of the state government. We plan to hold this work from the 1st to the 10th of August 2024. Coinciding with the proposed date of a planned protest by some unknown individuals, we will not let the voices of discord and destruction drown out our message of unity and progress. We invite all students, youth organizations, and well-meaning citizens to join us on this work as we show our appreciation to the government's efforts and our commitment to a brighter future for Lagos.
You know you want to encourage peace and orderliness in the state, come and join the work, and we can all achieve a better Lagos. Governor Babajide Sanwoolu has been a father to us. He has been someone who has worked tremendously in order for us to have a better Lagos. So we need to encourage him and also recognize his magnanimous support towards the lives of the youth and Lagos State entirely. Finally, I want to tell us that we, as NANS, as student constituency, as youth body, we are not in support of any protest.
Speaking to journalists during a press conference at the Lagos State University College of Medicine, Ikeja, after a joint meeting, student leaders across tertiary institutions said their solidarity walk would also be held from August 1 to 10 to drum for peace especially to ensure that the ugly incident of harsh EndSARS of 2020 does not repeat itself. The chairman, National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, Lagos Axis, Comrade Leko Alimi, who addressed journalists on behalf of the students of various tertiary institutions in Lagos State, described the planned nationwide protest against the touted hardship in the country as absolutely uncalled for.
The Lagos State government has prioritized education in its agenda, leading to the establishment of new schools, namely Lagos State University of Science and Technology, Ikorodu, Lagos State University of Education, Otoijanikin, with a campus in Ekpe, and proper and prompt funding of all existing ones, with upgrades in the infrastructure and the introduction of innovative teaching methods. These investments are empowering our young people with the skills they need to succeed in the 21st century. Let me also acknowledge the tremendous efforts of Mr. Governor, who has consistently demonstrated a commitment to the student constituency, from the increment of bursaries and scholarships to the generous donation of buses to all tertiary institutions in Lagos, including the NANS Aluta Jet. The governor has shown that he values and supports the growth and development of students in our state. Additionally, the employment and job opportunities extended to some leaders across the state are a testament to his dedication to our future. The recent appointments of student leaders to key positions in the state, such as the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Student Affairs, Tertiary Education, Primary and Secondary Education, Vocational and Technical Board, demonstrates his willingness and commitment to involve students in the decision-making process of the state. We cannot afford to let the destructive events of the past, such as the EndSARS protests, repeat themselves. Our priority is to defend and preserve the peace and prosperity of Lagos. We urge all students to channel their energies into constructive dialogue and positive action, such as volunteering for community development projects, participating in students' government initiatives, and engaging in academic and extracurricular activities that promote excellence. We believe that with time, patience, and continued collaboration with the government, we will see further improvements and solutions to the issues we face. In conclusion, let us stand together in unity and purpose, ensuring that our actions reflect our commitment to a better future for all. Together, we can make a difference. Alusa continua, we say in pain. Victoria Asata, we say as gay.
Just recently, upgraded to what we call the world systems due to what technological advancement and all of that. Lagos State government see it and what deem it fits that there is a need for us to upgrade all of this, so which is making Lagos outstanding among every other state. I must say this. I was at Abuja some weeks back with some schools also, and I must say this: the kudos everybody is giving to Lagos is that even to me, even being a president of a tertiary school in Lagos was an additional honor. And why? All boils down to the old growth and the old unwavering support that the government and what's giving us. And I must say this again: if we do not do it, deem it fit, then I think what I did last month will not have been done. And why? An award of appreciation was presented to the governor. And why was this necessary? To actually also encourage him to do more for us. He has been with us, he has been supporting the students of Lagos State, and there's a need for us to also do that for him. I congratulate him with an award to say thank you for him, for everything he has been doing, and he is still doing, and he still continuing to do for us in Lagos State.
Also speaking, Chairman National Female Students Association of Nigeria, Lagos Chapter, Comrade Titilayo Ekundayo, said female students in Lagos State will shun any form of protest.
As we can see that in Lagos State, we have females that are into the executive arms, and we appreciate the governor for giving the females privilege to be in working power with him. And in the interest of the students, I come in as a female leader that we female students will shun any form of protest in Lagos State, be it from any female students or any female working bodies that are not even students. Whenever we see anything that has to do with protest, we'll shun it and we'll stay away from protest, because Lagos has been in peace and will continue to also work in peace. So we students still no to protest.
The president of the National Association of Lagos State Students, Comrade Hafiz Olufowobi, said Governor Sanwoolu has done a lot in Lagos State. Therefore, there's no basis to embark on a national protest in the state.
It is an association that seeks to the welfareism and hospitality of the region of Lagos State. As Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwoolu has always been a father, a principal, and also the union patron. He has really been serving the union in several capacities so as to ease the economic hardship on them. Recently, the governor announced the increment of bursary and scholarship.
From the national body of NANS, the state level and the zonal level, we are not in support of any protests. Hence, we want to tell you we are with the government, we are in support of what the government have been doing in order to give us a better education in Lagos State. And so we are sending a clear message to all youths in Lagos that they should not join any protest, because we are enjoying peace and orderliness in our state. On this note, I want to say that instead of we disrupting the good activity and business activity going on in Lagos every day, we should rather counter any form of protest, and like we have said, that we want to have a walk from August 1st to the 10th of August.
But to make this clear, that I believe the governor has tried in his way to ease things. And we can see this in the way he has helped in reducing some of the T-fare with BRT buses. And I think that's helped drastically for those who go out in and out with the old Power card and all of that. So, Nigerian students, I understand that, and university students in Lagos, I understand that things are hard, things are tough right now. But I want us to be patient and keep hoping and trusting that the government is working to ensure that it eases the burden on students especially. So please, I will not deny the fact that things are not hard, things are tough, but let's keep trusting that the government is implementing policies that will help ease the burden on us, the students.
They all acknowledged the tremendous efforts of the governor of Lagos State, who has consistently demonstrated a commitment to the student constituency, from the increment of bursaries and scholarships to the generous donation of buses to all tertiary institutions in Lagos, including the NANS Aluta bus. The governor had shown that he valued and supports the growth and development of students in the state.